What up, my freaks? RuinousInsight here with part 10 of my Total War Warhammer 3 modded Malekith and Naggarond Inc. campaign. Attention Naggarond Inc. workers. Be advised that 10% of the workforce has been fired to appease our shareholders. And when we say fired, we mean that in the literal sense. We hope their misery fires you up to work harder. Anyway, as we saw last time, the war in the north, especially around the Broken Lands here, has turned pretty interesting. Karandkar is besieged by Wulfrik the Wanderer as well as another half-stack. Silostra has sacked Slaver's Point, but is now in range of Moran-Stee, and hopefully we can destroy her for good here. In the meantime, Hordred Gorefester, but more to the point, Harald Hammerstorm, aka Harry the Hammer, have taken Dargoth, though we will have to take it back. We don't particularly care about the settlement, at least not all that much. So, no big loss as long as these guys can't take anything from the Skull Road here. We shall see, or the Road of Skulls, whatever the province name is. It is the Road of Skulls. Close enough. Close enough. We will want to deal with this, but first of all, we have other moves to make, and before even making those moves, we have reached the requisite 500 likes and 50 comments in the previous episode. Well, actually the previous episode, but whatever. So we are going to do the hour special for this 10th episode. So great job, guys. Keep it up, especially if you want to see the scheduling continue at accelerated rate. Don't forget about the 330 threshold as well. Anyway, we're going to occupy the place since we sacked it last turn, and we get a Trickster Shard out of it. Not bad. And then we're going to want to move Crone Hellebron down to Venomglade Town, and we're going to colonize that, even though it is going to cost, but it's not like we're going to get Malekith to do it right now, because Hellebron can move up to Circle of Destruction instead. Alright, not bad. Malekith, did that give you enough? Yes, indeed. Foros is at level 10, which means Martial Name of Power, and we got ourselves Blackstone. Physical resistance 15 versus Blood Scourge. Ooh, yes, Blood Scourge. Obviously, Blood Scourge. Why would there ever be any other choice? So, Weapon Strength plus 15, The Hunger, and Frenzy. This might actually be the best one in terms of pure offensive capabilities, isn't it? It's actually a little bit too bad that Kuran Darkhand didn't get this, but that's pretty good. I might actually keep Foros Blood Scourge in this army. And honestly, Foros Blood Scourge together with Kuran Darkhand, their names are so edgy, it's fantastic, and we can keep them both in Malekith's army. If anybody could appreciate it, he would. Also, I think just in case this is a more difficult battle than we had anticipated, let's get Sacrificial Pit of Cain and Soul Brazier and the Brazen Cauldron up here, and then we'll use those for the purpose of, well, obviously, buffing up the Arc and the abilities that it can use. Morancy, you're gonna hunt down Silostra Deerfawn right there, and she's going to run at... Really? 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 Yeah, that's the stupidest thing I've ever seen. Are you kidding me? We're actually out of range now. Okay, I was not expecting that. Damn. That is dumb. That is incredibly dumb. She moved in running, like, let's see. Enchantress. More than 76% of our movement range. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Oh my lord. Okay, well, not much we can do about it. At least I got a laugh out of it. And you know what, Moran-Stee, you can have channeling stance, I guess. Just get a little bit of extra magics. Alright, swell. Now, Malekith and Hellebron have moved. Is there anybody else that needs to do so? We do have money. We also need to, I guess, move Sigales back to where he came from, which is all the way back here in Harganeth, because we will be building the next temple there, as it's growing much faster than Naggarond is, and thus we'll be able to upgrade it to Tier 4 sooner, which will also mean... Oh, no. We can't get either of the Fiery Pits of Sacrifice or Hellebron's Palace until a fair bit from now. Okay. We'll get there eventually. Alrighty, and I believe that's it with you. Next up, we could get another Son of Murder, but I'm not super keen on either one of these ones. I mean, the charge bonus isn't horrible. But honestly, I think we can do better. We just plain can do better. What about Death Hags? What do we have here? Tyrant. Blood of Asur and Shadows of Naggarond. Yeah, no, I don't like any of these. For Helebron in particular, I don't like any of these. That said, we will probably want to do two things. The first, we will want to switch you to local recruitment capacity +1 via enforced tribute payments. And what we'll do is we'll start recruiting here for Helebron. So by the time she gets here, we can get her units. You're gonna go here, and what we're going to do, Ravaris, is make you a recruiter, Ravaris. Really, I can't fit that? Okay. There we go, recruiter Ravaris, and then what we're going to do is this. 2 points in Spirit Leech, and then 3 points in Serve or Die, or maybe Life Leeching as well. Yeah, you know what, let's get Life Leeching and then 2 points in Serve or Die. The 5% isn't gonna make a huge difference either way. And there we go, we're at 1700, which ain't too bad. It's actually a horrible, but what can you do? Oh, also, if we're switching commandments, we could do the same thing in Karand Kar and get the Sacrifices for Cain commandment, buffing the melee attack. Alright, I have everybody there. We'll see if we get attacked next turn, but we'll, if we won't, then we will get, if we don't rather, we will get some benefit out of it. Now, I guess the question is, do we recruit right now, or do we wait a turn or so? You know what, for the first set we can recruit right now, because, oh wait, is this going to increase recruit rank? No, it's not, so we're fine. Yeah, alright, let's start recruiting. 1, 2, ooh, that is expensive. It's damn expensive. But it doesn't change the fact that we need other things as well. Let's get you up and running their guild halls after we pop that slave drive, like so, guild halls. We cannot upgrade you right now. Everything here is maxed out, at least. I'm just looking at the money-making stuff. We're good here in Harkaldra. Dagrak's End, we will upgrade the crafting district here. And, oh, we nearly have enough to upgrade the Dark Tower here, so we can... You know what, let's pop the upgrade right now, the slave drive thing. And then we'll upgrade this next turn, or whenever we actually have enough money. We could also do these, but I think it's better to save the money for the bigger upgrade. Dracula Spire. We don't care about this place as much, although 1400 isn't horrible. It's mostly because that place is in a yellow territory, and that's not super important, and we're not yet investing in these territories, so that's about all we've got for now. Alrighty. Well, I do believe that means we're ready to end the turn, and ready to head out towards a nice battle with WULFRIK, presuming that he can attack. I guy this guy does have Siege Attacker. I wonder why he isn't attacked. Well, let's hope that he attacks right now. Skip, commandment available, where? Twisted Glade, ooh. Wait, Venom Glade is not part of this. We need Circle of Destruction. What do we get here? We could go for... you know what, let's do... Where is this? Campaign movement range reduction minus 25% for enemy armies starting their turn in this province. Yes. For Silostra, if she moves down here, she'll get screwed over by it. I guess. I mean, I guess in theory we could do the same thing here, but she will move before it activates, and if she moves up here, then Moransti will hopefully be able to catch her. Aye, okay, let's find out. Let's end the turn and find out. Probably could have checked diplomacy as well, but oh well. Alright, WULFRIK, come on, give us the biggest siege of the campaign, please. I see Silostra moved southward. Grumbrindle wants a military alliance. Oh, I was going to ask for that anyway. Counteroffer. 7, eh? Yeah, 2.1k, not bad. We'll take your money, Gromby. Call it Oath Gold. And he did not attack. What is this? Oh, yes, the Whispers of the Eyeless thing again. -5. -5 control all provinces. That hurts. That really hurts. I think we can take maybe a turn or two of this, but then we'll have to pop a quest from Helebron in order to counteract it, because damn. I obey, I guess. I obey, but I'm not happy about it, and WULFRIK's still not attacking. Like, come on, Wolfie. Believe in yourself. More importantly, Moransti, please, can you reach... No, you're still out of range. You gotta be kidding me. Wow. I can't believe you still can't reach her. She crossed the river, too, and we don't even have to. Damn. Well, then. And we have several buffs for campaign movement range. We have Crack the Whips, and well, hopefully in this turn she won't be able to get away. She might sack one of these territories then, but, well... Oh, and she's building up her army while she's at it, too. Malekith can't reach her either, right? Yeah, he can't, but he's got places to be, so we're not sending him up there anyway. Let's hope Morancy can chase her down. Crone Hellebron, you're gonna move up, let's say, to Circle of Destruction. And then Malekith, you're gonna march stance all the way down here to the Wood Elves. We want to sack that place, whatever that place was called. Witchwood, for massive amounts of cash. Let's go all the way. Do we want to suffer attrition for this? Yeah, I think we do. It's not a big deal. One turn of attrition. Malekith has reduction in attrition anyway, and I'd rather get here as fast as possible. Ooh, we're losing 156 slaves per turn now as well. That's pretty hefty. We've also got points to spread here, but probably not necessary right now. I also want to double check the beast sorceresses. Cruel and malicious. It does provide +2 death tag recruit rank, but that's not useful for Hellebron's army in particular, so we're going to ignore that for now. This guy's still out here, but we do have our witch elves and stuff on the way, which is fantastic. Sagales go there, and you can actually join this army temporarily if we need to make a fight of it right there. Then I believe that's another end turn, and hopefully WULFRIK will attack us this time, and hopefully Silostra will get caught. We could also, just in case... Oh, we already have Demand Highborn hostages here, but good, good. Thank you. Frickin' hell. Let's build or let's upgrade whatever it is we need to do. Ooh, Chill Road. Yes, please. 2.8k. Expensive, mind you, but necessary. And that's with the construction cost reduction. We are good here by the looks of it. And yeah, we have some other expensive buildings to do, but we'll do those later. And oh, did you run out of the... Oh, your force tribute payments. Yeah, that's fine. Iron Foothills. Probably don't need to build anything here as yet, but we will most likely build the halls of ravaging there. Cragroth Deep can be upgraded. I think we're going to hold off on that for now, but let's upgrade the exotic animal tamer, if nothing else. This is 2.8k for a yellow territory, and I'm not super into it. Iron Frost Glacier. Ah, yes, we could upgrade Dagrak's End, but once again, not critical. In case there's other stuff. Blacklight Tower, Cloud Coast, we can ignore this stuff. Although, wait. Collect income. Yeah, we can collect the income here. What about here? Okay, no, we can't collect the income there. It's too negative. And then same thing here. Ooh, but we can upgrade Naggarond, which we definitely want to do, and that's basically all of the cash. Alrighty, well, there it is. Glacial Gardens. No, we can hold off on that. Skip, end turn. WULFRIK, please, I've been waiting for this, man. Just give us our damn siege. Also... We've upgraded you, but wait. You should have another upgrade yourself. Dark Elf Manors. Fantastic. Grow all those arcs that little extra bit faster. And they're both in Dread Expansion as well. Just wondering whether we should upgrade this right now, but it's probably not going to give us too much value at the current time, even if it will later. We could also get another temporary lord up and running if we wanted to. I'm just thinking, get one here at Black Creek Spire and then recruit some more artillery, but that's probably not needed. Alright, WULFRIK. Alright, Warhost of the Apocalypse, Decadent Coast are still moving through our territory. Yes, WULFRIK attacks. Black Creek Spire. Oh, I was not expecting that. Well, damn it. He did not go for Kar with those walls. I mean, smartly so, perhaps, but a little bit irritating. They have a caster with 100 mana, and we have no mana whatsoever. We do have the Black Arc support and Pyrrhic Victory, eh? Wow, this could also be lying in favor of us instead of the AI. Damn. And man, I was going to get a temporary lord here to get some ballista, and then I thought that they weren't necessary. Well, it looks like we're going to get a fight against WULFRIK, so at the very least it'll be a do-or-die moment for Black Creek Spire. Here we go. Alrighty, here we go. I am very excited about this particular battle as, well, I'm not entirely sure whether we can win this or not, regardless of what the auto-resolve says, as it sometimes does lie in your favor. Now, the main advantages that the enemy has are the elites, i.e. WULFRIK himself, the fact that he has a mage with plenty of mana and two very useful and very spammy spells in the form of Searing Doom and Gehenna's Golden Hounds. It also has Cav, as well as a Mammoth to break through our lines, and a bunch of Berserkers, which should be able to defeat our regular infantry without too much trouble. What we have is, well, we have an artillery piece, and we have vast range superiority compared to what the enemy has, so hopefully that will go in our favor. Oh wow, these things look really cool in slow motion, huh? You know, I don't think I've ever looked at Reaper bolt throwers firing slow motion before, as odd as that may seem, but yeah, they look pretty nice. I love them. Alrighty, well, let's begin the battle and let's see what we can do. Obviously, we're going to do our best to bombard the enemy and annoy them as best we can with our single artillery piece, and not even necessarily just to do damage, but also because of the value that the artillery can provide in forcing the AI to have units sent back. Essentially, the AI likes to do the dance and dodge those shots, but it also likes to back off from artillery fire on the unit being targeted in particular, which means that we can take advantage of that and force one, maybe two, maybe even three units back, wherein they won't be attacked by our, well, they won't be helping their friends out in the main battle. Now, in terms of our setup, pretty simple. We got a front line, main line, then we have the Shades directly behind that, together with the Blackguard of Naggarond and our Death Hag, which are sitting here together and are going to wait to commit themselves to where we find WULFRIK attack, as we need to kill him as fast as we possibly can. Otherwise, we have our range units, and they're going to be starting off the battle by focusing down that Feral Mammoth. The Shades have begun it, and the Dark Shards will follow suit as soon as they are in range, because of course the Shades, with the dual weapons at the very least, do outrange them fairly significantly. Alright, here comes that Mammoth, looking fairly bloody already and taking a fair few shots, dropping down to about 2/3 of his HP, and is already in Rampage. Fantastic. But he is going to smash into those lines of Dread Spears, move not quite right through them, and is now down to about half HP, so the focus fire is working out fairly well. WULFRIK has arrived and has smashed into our unit of Bleak Swords, but here come the Blackguard of Naggarond, as well as that Death Hag, to once again hopefully surround him and kill him, and we have a little bit of work happening on this flank, as well as the enemy Marauder horses are annoying those Dread Spears, but by the looks of it, we should be able to target them with our Shades and our units of Dark Shards to hopefully knock them down. Anyway, back to the Mammoth here, which is continuing to get shot up and will hopefully be brought down very soon. There we go, trying to charge out. It looks like it's shattered, and down it goes, filled with quarrel after quarrel after quarrel. In the meantime, WULFRIK has also started to lose HP. He does not like playing with Death Hag and all those Blackguard of Naggarond, especially with their anti-large, considering that he's on his course, so that works out fairly decently for us. Unfortunately, the enemy does back WULFRIK up with dropping a Searing Doom directly on him, absolutely wrecking our poor Bleak Swords and damaging our Blackguard fairly heavily as well. The enemy's going to follow that up with yet another cast on WULFRIK, almost like a player would, and dropping those Gehenna's Golden Hounds to hurt us even more. Fortunately, though, that's not enough to prevent WULFRIK from taking massive amounts of damage, and he is just about ready to book it out of there. And away he goes. Alrighty, we're going to give chase as best we can, but also the Gehenna's Golden Hounds are still problematic. In the meantime, the main battle is still raging. The Bleak Swords engaging the Marauders with great weapons, but of course that buff that we got for all of our basic units, so that gives them bleed, is really helping out in the infantry clashes in particular. And of course, ooh, I really like the toppled Mammoth corpse over the battle as the units are fighting around. Oh wow, this guy just got a heck of an uppercut, but survived it. Dem Chaos steroids, though, really helping him out. Yeah, I really like the Mammoth corpse. whether they lend something to the battle. Anyway, gotta continue that melee fight, but in addition to that, get a little bit of a Black Arc support. I believe we have dropped a couple, and we should have at least a couple more as we go. And finally, Murderous Prowess activates, so the advantage once again shifts to our favor. Hopefully, our Dark Shards can take care of the rest of the remaining range units while they are in Murderous Prowess. WULFRIK is back, though, with very low HP. We should be able to bring him down if he makes it back into the fray, and we're specifically not going to focus him in range just to once again take advantage. Also, this battle is looking fantastic from a cinematic perspective, at least in my opinion. Here comes WULFRIK, and the Death Hag is there to meet him, and here come the Blackguard of Naggarond to help her out. And there we are, WULFRIK. Why are you here, bud? Oh, here come more Blackguard. They've surrounded you somehow. I'm not sure how they all managed to get around you like this, but hey, they certainly did their job. And if we can bring you down, that morale shock should be, there we go, should be very heavy against the enemy army. Bounce power is about 70% in our favor now, and that morale shock is definitely going to make them suffer. Looks like we still have a unit of Marauder Hunters with Javelins fighting, just barely holding on. I mean, most of the enemy units are beginning to rout. One of our units of Shades had to hold the line here against lots and lots of units. Fortunately, it was the a Great Sword unit, but still, it looks like they're not going to be here much longer. But good job to the Shades, nonetheless. Not to worry, we will be building an all-Shade army later on, and for those of you new to the way I run campaigns, I always build armies differently from each other, at least once we have a unit variety by virtue of having unlocked said units, so we will be making sure to make good use of all of them. Anyway, with the routing of all those units that were attacking the Shades, who just held on to the last second before the army routed, it looks like the battle is finally ours. Just gonna gun down this Shaman Sorcerer here, as obviously WULFRIK attacked us, and thus we need to make sure that everything here, as best we can, dies. Unfortunately, unlike the enemy, we don't actually have cavalry, so not much we can do about it, and let's hope the sorcerer doesn't get away. Alright, come on, what are we at here? He's got 370 HP, but he's getting very close to out of range of those Dark Shards. And artillery bolt coming in just as we switched to the single shot. And is it gonna miss? It is not going to miss. Fantastic shot to those Reaper bolt thrower gunners, and the sorcerer goes down. Beautiful. We will not be seeing him again. Lovely. And with that, we're just going to give chase. Several of our units are already engaged with the enemy, so they should be able to chase them down, and the Shades, unless I'm mistaken, are faster runners than the enemy infantry are, though surprisingly, 40 speed versus 39 speed, so standard infantry speeds, well, for us and for them, the Chaos Marauders are faster than Elves. Odd, but not faster than Shades, certainly, as the Shades run at 45 speed, so they can catch them. And they can give chase. Alrighty, well, I'm happy with the way that this went down. I guess the auto-resolve was roughly correct. After all, WULFRIK got absolutely wrecked by those Blackguard in combination with that Death Hag. Does seem, as we've been keeping a unit of Blackguard in reserve, whether it be Malekith's army or another army, it does seem to be the way to go, just to commit them to fight the enemy elites wherever we meet them. Anyway, a Pyrrhic victory, but it hardly matters, or at least I hope it hardly matters. I suppose in theory, the remnants of this army plus the current besieger, Zigil's army, could attack us here again, in which case I'm not sure that we'd survive if it happened, but let's find out if they do, although I'm not entirely sure whether Egil would be still in range if he cancelled the siege. Well, let's find out. Alrighty, that probably went about as well as could have been expected. WULFRIK down to a nameless Death Hag and some Blackguard, the Shaman Sorcerer destroyed, the Marauder Champions destroyed, and the Feral Mammoth gone as well. All great. Still a decent number of enemy units remaining, but probably no longer powerful enough to either take Naggarond Kar, although I suppose if both armies try to attack this settlement again, it might still be an issue. Still, we got nearly 3k money out of that, and we're going to ransom the captives for some more, as we need all the cash that we can get. WULFRIK, well, not WULFRIK anymore, somebody else is going to back off, and what the heck? There's another, you gotta be kidding me. Surtha Egg, there's another army here. Wow, okay, game. Hag-Grief occupies a settlement. Oh, right. Good luck to Hag-Grief. Income from ports and casualties captured post-battle, swell for us. How we doing back here? I'd like to tell Malice to, let's say, we could tell him to occupy the Folly of Malefic, so that's probably the way to go. I mean, we have a lot of, Wait, are you not at war with these guys? You are at war with these guys. Occupy target, Folly of Malefic. Why can't I tell you to do this? That's very strange. Can I tell you to attack it? It's not an option. Huh. Is it because... Oh, I see. It's because we're not at war with the Dargoth or the Crag, or the Dargoth, the Aghole or the Crag. Okay, that's annoying, but fine. And we can tell you to occupy instead. Oh, you're not at war with these guys, or we're not at war with them? Wait, can we declare war on you now? Oh, we can. We can't declare war on the Crag, but they're a vassal of these guys, and then that'll draw the these guys in. Oh, wait. Are we able to join your war? No. Yeah, it doesn't quite work. Okay, well, we'll ignore it for now then. Malice, you can then occupy Triumph the Silver Tower of Sorcerers. We can also tell you to attack this guy. Who knows where he'll go. But yeah, let's do it. Attack this guy. He's probably going to take Blood Mountain. Hopefully you can take it back and then keep taking his territory while we deal with the others. Silostra, you are still right. You are so annoying, Silostra. And she's got nearly a full stack now. Okay, so clearly the fact that not only do we have buffs to our movement and debuffs to the enemy movement by 25%, none of that matters because the AI can still completely outrun us. And a little bit irritating. Alright, fine, we're going to go into an ambush right outside the Black Forests and hope that you can't go there. She might be trying to retake the Twisted Glade, but I'm not sure that she can. We may have to send Crone Hellebron out there, though. Circle of Destruction will go to you after we take all this. Maybe with her unable to see Morancy or Morathsty, that'll actually work out now. We should also then probably... Oh, damn, I was going to hope to move the Admiral down here, but that may not be what we want. What we do want... And oh, look, Malekith didn't suffer attrition. Fantastic. We want to move to Temple of Adeoth. And we want to raid it for a turn. And then hit the temple, and then move immediately down to the Witchwood. 35k, oh my lord, that's a lot of money. We gotta get to it. While we still have Hakan be praised, so we have 5 turns, so as long as nothing screws us over here randomly, we should be good. And I'm very excited by the prospect, especially as it'll be enough money to get upgrade 1, and thus access more stuff, namely Forged to Kill and reworked crossbows to buff up all of our range units. In the meantime, let's get Ascension through battle for that leadership increase, and I believe that's pretty much everything. We could also get Bloody Sacrifice, but I don't know, we haven't needed it so far, and I'm kind of disinclined to waste our slave numbers on that. Speaking of, minus 250 per turn now, damn, that's starting to hurt. It's really starting to hurt. Recruiter, you are continuing to recruit. Ooh, do we have anything new here for the Death Hags? Blood of Asur, Tyrant, and Death? No. Oh, we got a tough Son of Murder, though. That ain't bad. And we could put you into Admiral Yorn's army. You will need a full army after all. Wait. Oh, that was a Cainite Assassin, wasn't it? Yeah, that was a tough Cainite Assassin. I don't know whether that's actually a good thing or not a good thing. They don't actually cost much in terms of upkeep if we wanted to get one on the field and at least see what they do. Maybe we'll do so. But in the meantime, let's see what else we can do as this turn. You know, with WULFRIK gone... and Surtha Ek the Ever Chariot here, we could try sallying out. This guy's in March stance, so his army is basically garbage, and this army is not a full stack. You know, that's tempting. That's really tempting. Let's see about the upgrades and our public order, man. You're winded right now, aren't you? Yeah. Because of recently colonized. That's okay, though. We can... Let me see. We do need the public order fix, clearly. Everything's gone screwy because of the unhappy populace via whispers. Wait. How close are we to sacrifice to authority? 1 turn. Okay, so we can get the 10 control up soon. At least there's that. We also probably no longer need... Well, actually, no. Keep the Man Highborn hostages here. You're still in. Sacrifices to Cain. Okay, back to buildings then. So, what do we have here? Harganeth. I am not entirely sure what we need to build here. Possibly the Sorceress's Abode, but not crazy necessary right now. We can hold off on it. Spike Peaks, everything's being upgraded, which is swell. We can just leave you. You... Same. Nothing's critical right now. Kragroth Deep, I know, but we'll probably do it later. You... Yeah, fine, let's upgrade Dagrak's End. At the very least, it is a capital territory, and I guess the same thing goes for the Palace of Ruin. Hopefully we don't lose it. Dracula Spire, sure. Quad Coast, Hotek's Column we're going to ignore while Silostra is alive and while we continue chasing her for what feels like forever. I'd love to get the Sawyer at Monoliths, however, because of the construction cost reduction, if nothing else. And the Shrine of Ladriel should be far enough away from anybody for us not to be concerned with it, which means we can get the Artisan's House. Yes, we're not collecting income here, but we probably will as soon as we fix up our public order situation. Alright, and this is another this is all why I didn't invest any money into all of these newly conquered territories so far. There hasn't been any need to. Also, okay, barely collecting. I just wanted to see how much money we'd get for this, and it's not much, so let's go demand highborn hostages. And can we build you immediately? Oh. We should build you immediately. You know what? That means we have to attack. You're not gonna run, you're not gonna run. Close victory and another fight, and ooh, we got Dread Knights and Executioners. Oh, good luck, AI. You're not winning this one. You're definitely not winning this one. Oh man, I'm excited about the Dread Knights since we wouldn't otherwise be able to see them until ages from now. Here we go. Alrighty here. Ooh, I like this lighting. It's bright and yet not too bright. This might be my favorite. Might be my favorite lighting so far. Everybody's nice and visible. Oh, the executioners are looking pretty fantastic. Though I'm sure they'll look a little bit better, covered in blood, led by a death hag, as well they should be, and the Blackguard of Naggarond moving up behind them as well. Anyway, ooh, and the Bolt Fiends. Look at those golden helmets on these guys. Damn, these guys look pretty good. Alright, well that's swell for them, making the other basic infantry look like garbage with all their gold stuff, and as well they should. These guys are almost, they're almost a lower artillery, well maybe not artillery, but they've got 200 range compared to the 140 of the regular Dark Shards, and are thus quite a bit farther firing than they are, and thus also quite a bit scarier. And generally speaking, it's a fairly scary unit. They also have Shield Breaker as well. And yeah, we'll see how they perform here. Anyway, here we go, round 2. It's a Norska day. Maybe Wulfric the Wanderer was denied, but that does not mean that the rest of these armies that have landed in the Broken Lands have been denied yet. We're going to start the battle off by getting a Flock of Doom in the biggest portion of the enemy, and popping that Shadows of Anlek bound ability through the enemy just to do a little bit of extra damage. Bounce power still very much in their favor, and ooh, it looks like our Crows of Cain have caught an enemy unit of Marauder horses. This is a somewhat interesting matchup, as I don't think the Crows would, or the Harpies, but you know, the Crows, would actually win this fight, generally speaking, because Harpies are very fragile, and this is not a type of combat that you should be using them for, as they are, well, very fragile. But we do have units moving in to help, a unit of Black Ark Corsairs, as well as another unit of Dread Spears, who together will hopefully catch this unit of horses and see them off so that they can do no further harm, and especially not to annoy our main line. Plus, this unit is isolated and the rest of our army is still moving up into the fray. Though, speaking of moving up into the fray, they're just about there. The Dark Shards begin to fire, especially the Bold Fiends, who are actually over here, and hopefully they'll be able to dish out a decent amount of damage. We're also starting to envelop the enemy army a little bit, trying to hit them from two sides at once with our Cold One Dread Knights, which I'm very excited to see in action, and moving in from the side to attack the enemy Marauder Hunters with javelins and take care of their range, such that our own range does not have to focus them. Our own range will be far too busy trying to dish out damage to the great Maw Herd of Blood Fjord, the multiple mammoth regiment of renown. Damn, they move quick when it's on regular speed. Anyway, Blackheart of Naggarond forward together with Dread Spears. We have the Cauldron of Cain coming down on some enemies, and in the background, the Dread Knights have arrived. Ooh, nice head bite there. Alright, let's see how quickly they can take care of these units of Marauder Hunters with the javelins for us. I remember a lot of complaints back in the day in Vanilla against Dread Knights, but I'm pretty sure they're a lot better in SFO, and I imagine even in Vanilla they're probably better than they used to be at this point. There should probably have been at least some updates to their abilities. Ooh, nice jump from you, Cold One. Yeah, pulling a spite. Very nice. Alright, I like the maces that these guys are using as well, well, except when they die and drop them, but they are fighting an anti-large unit after all, so that is hardly surprising, but at the end of the day, they should be able to handle a range unit, anti-large or not, without too much trouble. Over on this side, we had two units of enemy Marauders, but they got shot up by Dark Shards at the same time as Blackheart Corsairs with handbows shot them as they approached and then entered into melee, and now we'll be chasing them down. Otherwise, this portion of the battle is going fairly well in our favor. The Maw Herd of Blood Fjord getting shot up, and I believe this is the last of the Maw Herd. And look at those hits from the Bolt Fiends that's smashing into the ground like more like ballista bolts than like bolts from Dark Shards. A pretty nice animation. Now to be hitting into the back of these poor Marauder spears. Beautiful. You see what I mean about this lighting? It's making the battle look fantastic in my opinion. Alrighty, and that's another unit seen off. We do still have a unit of Marauder Horsemen riding around back here, but I don't imagine they'll survive the tensions of the Bolt Fiends or the other Dark Shards all that long either. That said, even if they are running, that does not mean our work is over, as we will want to catch and kill everything that we can. This is why our Blackheart Corsairs with handbows are chasing, and just like Free Company Militia, they're a great infantry unit to have because they can chase down while running, and they have speed almost equivalent to that of the Shades, so they run fairly fast as well. Lovely. Unfortunately, we did get a little bit screwed over, as Murderous Prowess does activate at a very inopportune moment. I do wish that Murderous Prowess was actually designed in such a way that it would essentially fill up the bar and allow you to activate it whenever you please, because like this, we're just chasing off enemy units and we're not actually fighting anybody right now, and thus the entirety of the Murderous Prowess will be wasted. That said, we did still blitz the first portion of the enemy army and destroy them before their reinforcements arrived, cutting their effectiveness in half essentially, and on top of that taking this hill away from them such that we can now hold the hill and force the second army to come and get us up here instead. Otherwise, I guess I'll just speed up this a little bit, as we're not really doing anything other than chasing around and reforming up on this hill here. I'll let the enemy move forward, and ooh, I'm not sure you want to go up this close, Marauder Horses. You forget that the Bolt Fiends can fire quite far, and in fact this is close enough for the regular Dark Shards to hit you as well, and that's ugly. That's very, very ugly. A few more volleys like that and you're going to be done for. Oh, they're gonna get one volley of throwing axes into a unit of dread spears. Kind of a waste. And away they go, though, let's say, not very many of them. Returning to their army, however, they've done their job. At least Khorne will be proud of them for not being cowards about it, as the Berserkers and the rest of the Norskins head directly towards our lines. We have the advantageous position this time, however, unlike the enemy last time, and let's see how much damage we can do with our range before the enemy get, well, in range. Alright, get another volley in there, Dark Shards, come on. There you go, very nice. Alright, Berserkers are almost there, however. Yeah, they're certainly resisting damage. We've got 20% and 20% physical and 20% missile. Damn, they have a lot more resistances than I thought. Huh, interesting. So they have much higher resistances than Witch Elves. I gotta double check the resistances on Witch Elves, or at least those that are available to them. Anyway, they have charged in, and they're about to meet some Corsairs with the dual weapons. So dual weapons versus dual weapons. We'll see who can take care of who. The enemy does have that Frenzy and Berserker Rage ability, though, so at least they have that. The enemy Lord has charged in, but unfortunately, just like Wulfric, before him, Surtha Ek will meet the Death Hag and the Blackguard of Naggarond combination, and will quickly be not so much brought down as yet, but at the very least, dropped in terms of his HP. Other enemy units have charged in towards our Bleak Swords and Dreadspears, only to meet that Black Arc support, which absolutely obliterated both of those units, and more Black Arc support will hit the enemy range units as well. I love the look of that second tier version of this. It's quite nice. Anyway, with that, the enemy army will just plain shatter. The army losses were sufficient both from what they took here in combination to what they took from the first army before the second one arrived on the field, so let's say they didn't have much of a chance. As long as we had ammunition, and that we were nowhere near to running out of, we were just fine. Executioners didn't get to see you guys play around all that much, but, well, I guess it was the ranged units show in this particular battle. And the Dreads and the Cold One Dread Knights, while they were instrumental in the win against the first enemy army, against the second one, they really weren't all that much use. Rather, they spent their time riding around in the background, killing off enemy units, because we knew that we didn't need them to commit to the actual fray so much as we needed them to get rid of units so that they couldn't come back next turn. Just watching the Executioners give chase just a little bit. At least they can do this even if they weren't able to commit to the regular melee all that much. Hopefully they don't get angry about it and start killing off our Dark Shards for doing all their work. Anyway, let's speed up the rest of this as we continue the chase. And yeah, we got 161 kills on those Cold One Dread Knights. They certainly chased down plenty of enemy units, and only 44 on the Crows of Cain. But against Norskins in particular, there isn't a crazy amount for Harpies to do. So yeah, I'm actually curious to see if we can get another fight with them, or whether they'd be able to handle a unit of Marauder Hunters with Javelins in a one-on-one. Anyway, a lovely little battle. Both battles today, I think, are very, very good. Appropriate for a special. Alrighty, a very, very nice fight. I'm really enjoying these fights against the Norskins. And well done to Jaden, the Bolt Fiends, 20k damage, very respectable. And massively beating, I think, pretty much everybody else. Executioners, as always, racking up the kills. The Blackguard didn't get as many, they only got 3, but they were hunting Lords and elites like the Great Maw Herd, so it does make sense that they have low kills, but still a fairly decent amount of damage. And then the Death Hag was performing essentially the same type of duty. We got, wow, a lot of slaves from that, much more worth it than the money this time. So, enslave.
This was your destiny. No!
Alrighty, and that's basically the end for Nud Aisling's army. Surthak the Ever-Chariot goes down. I think we should be able to auto-resolve these two, and then return to base. I don't know what this guy might do. He might actually attack Slaver's Point, but I'm not sure he will be capable of doing anything about it anymore. So, Jaden to Nud Aisling, please. Auto-resolve this. And well done to you. And the Bloodbend. Hello, Frenzy, you say? Weapon strength, melee defense reduction, but leadership +5. I'm going to... Okay, I don't actually like either of those options. Yeah, murder captives. I'm hoping... Nah. Sometimes when you murder captives, you get ancillaries for it, but alas, at that time we did not. I don't think we can kill off these guys without any actual melee units, so you're gonna go back to Naggarond, but this is now too weak for you to be concerned with it. More importantly, we can get Admiral Yorn somewhere far, far away. Let's say down here. I want him to be able to provide Black Ark support in case Silostra actually, well, gets a fight going. It's really quite irritating so far. But anyway, let's do that. We'll see what she does, if anything, about the Black Fortress. Do we want to bait her into it by repairing it? I don't know.
I think not.
It makes me very salty that she can heal up to full health right now, because she shouldn't have been able to. What can you do? Also, Moranza, what do you have? You have Chill Wind and Root Marcher. Yeah, not much. Honestly, your army is fairly weak. But if we do succeed in an ambush, then Silostra would get killed there. Anyway, is there anything else that we can do this turn? I don't believe so. So, we have money to spend, and, well, not much of it, but, you know, some. And we probably should continue recruiting the Witch Elves as Hillebrand draws closer to the north, and she's going to start working on those Chaos Jerks. Let us build what we need to build, and recruit what we need to recruit. Alright, just going to focus on main territory upgrades, as well as any guild halls, whatever we need. I'm actually tempted to get rid of this one, but we can't lose 300 money per turn at the moment. Ooh. Yeah, we've also taken quite a lot of control damage in a lot of territories, but whatever. Iron Frost will upgrade you, it's not that expensive. Frigid Wasteland, you are okay, you're okay. Clawed Coast. Do we upgrade Hotek's Column now? Nah, she might still go for it. She might bypass us and go for Hotek's Column. I'm not going to do anything about it until we catch her. I can't believe we can't catch her despite the buffs and the debuffs on her. It's... frustrating. Oh well, Monolith, you know what, I'm gonna risk upgrading you and Shrine of Ladriel. Just do it. Oh, wait. I mean, I will, but only after we pop the construction cost reductions. Hopefully she can't go here. Upgrade you, and then get the Sawyer up and running, but don't collect the income. It's time to begin investment into these. Probably not Slaver's Point, although it would be able to hold against this, most likely. Yeah, you know what, fine. And let's invest in Slaver's Point as well. Now, we need to upgrade it such that we can build a wall there. And frankly, we'll probably need to build a wall at Black Creek Spire as well, because we can see that they landed at Naggarond and then promptly didn't fight at Naggarond, so, you know.
Sorceress of the Dark.
Alrighty, we can get 2 more recruits, and I guess that's going to be the Sisters of Slaughter. I want 4 Witch Elves and more Sisters of Slaughter, most likely, than the Witch Elves, because they're generally speaking more useful because they can hold longer. And if we're going to use them as a main line until we have Harganeth Executioners, that's going to have to be the case. Otherwise, I believe we're good to end the turn, so let's skip, and see if we can catch ourselves a Silostra. And turn. Please, please fall for the ambush. Outside the settlement as well. Nope. Ugh. Where did she go off of that? I guess the ambush got foiled and she moved away somewhere. She didn't attack something, clearly. But where the heck did she go? Alright, ally mobilizes against army, had grief, that's great for ally, ambush foiled, yeah, go figure, and she set out to sea. Well, on the bright side, sacrifice to authority is done. On the less bright side, I don't know what to do about this now. Alright, well, Admiral, you... Oh, this guy went out to sea as well, or at least he's planning to. Hellebrand... We're not going to send Hellebrand to chase Ilos, just Hellebrand needs to go north to deal with chaos, so let's go this way. Like so, plus she needs those units, so march stance or fight then march stance. We could always march stance here and then set sail out of the Blacklight Tower instead. That's an interesting proposition.
Mistress of Arganet.
Yes. I guess the question then is, do we want to do that this turn, since we do have Sacrifice to Authority now? Oh, I probably should have waited with some of the dictats to use them while we're in Sacrifice to Authority. You know what, we're probably going to take a look at what the public order is like, and oh yes, definitely upgrade you. Probably going to have to take a look at what the public order is like in many places, and see whether it's worth it. Yeah, it's still looking like it's going to be worth it. As in to use the expensive dictat. Slaver's Point, what's the likelihood Silostra actually goes for it with Admiral Yorn? I wonder if we could force her to land again. If she didn't know Morancy was here, if the ambush didn't get foiled, we might have been able to. You know, stay here, Morancy. Just stay here for now. Who knows? We might still be able to pull it off. More importantly than that, Malekith has nearly arrived at the Witchwood. Not quite there, but certainly getting closer. And, the sack value has actually decreased. Well, that's a little bit of a shame, but it is what it is. I think we're going to attack the Temple of Adaoth, sack it, occupy it, and then move to the Witchwood next turn, and then hope that Gromby doesn't manage to take it from us. Alright, let us declare war on you. You are fighting the Bleakholds and the Drowned, funnily enough. Who I'm willing to bet would not be willing to peace out with us, yeah, now, because they have no territory. It's not possible, although while we're here... Hey, Cult of Pleasure.
Who's next?
Worldwalkers wants peace, eh? Do we want to do this right now? You know what, maybe this might be a decent thing to do right now, I'm not sure. Here's the thing. On the one hand, they will return, no doubt about it. On the other hand... it would piss off potentially Malice and Gromby if we pieced out with them. You know, I'm going to hold off on that for now, but it's certainly something I'm going to give some thought to. Hordred Gorefeaster. Okay, I'm going to mission you because, we have to catch you. Alrighty, what was I going to do? Yes, Cult of Pleasure. We can't actually see any of your territories, but we can start trading with you and get a little bit of mileage out of that. Non-aggression pact, no, you won't do it for money. Alright, fine, then just give us money for the trade agreement. And pay us money every turn. Fantastic. Alright, then I guess it's time to declare war on the Wood Elves. And yes, we have so many wars going on, and yet we're going to go for yet another one. Call your allies to help. Good, they all joined. And it'll be Temple of Adaoth for Malekith. Do we risk moving in Druki First Strike? It should make auto-resolve easier, but you know what, I'd rather not risk him not being able to do both at once, so just attack this way. And one of the things we really want is Vol's Anvil. The landmark there is pretty insane. Sack the place. Hey, another Ring of Hotek. Oh, fantastic. Miscast chance plus 25% to enemies nearby. Don't know who we're going to put this on, but it is a nice thing to have. Occupy. Alrighty, and then we'll head out to the Witchwood afterwards. Also, I wanted to see... Okay, wait, first of all, as I was saying, the landmark, minus 8% all upkeep everywhere. Plus the iron is nice as well, but yeah, gotta get that Vol's Anvil. Then, I want to see, do you have Frenzy? Yes, you do. I was going to check whether we wanted to give her the Blood Banner, but funnily enough, since she has Frenzy on that Manticore, she doesn't need it. You'd think that the Blood Queen would appreciate a Blood Banner, but this is all relatively useless to her. Frenzy does nothing for her. Leadership does nothing for her, or will do nothing for her, because we're going to keep one of the Masters around, probably the Blood one, and he provides Unbreakable to the accompanying Lords, so Hellebrand will never need it. Yeah. Alright, well, we do have a little bit of money remaining. I think we're going to save the quest battle for the next episode. We obviously don't have time to fight it now, long episode as it's been, so let's finish up what we need to finish up in terms of the... in terms of the buildings. Do we finally build these things? They're just so obnoxiously expensive. Hey. Alright, you know, let's go through other stuff first. And then we'll see. Alright, Grand. I have been wanting to build these slave slums here, mostly for the adjacent provinces control bonus. Even if it doesn't do too much for you, but that's why you have the torture pits. I'm to wonder whether it's worth our time right now, but anyway, we'll see. Kragroth Deep, do we finally upgrade you, or do we just keep saving for Hag Grief and the next upgrade at the Dark Crag? We probably just want to upgrade the Dark Crag maximum amount, so maybe we'll wait. Glacier Encampment, we can, however, upgrade you. Don't really care about the growth at Dagraxen, but we'll keep growing it. Altar of Ultimate Darkness, get yourself another guild hall, even though the slave cost per turn is getting pretty insane now. Do we want to get that altar? Attrition suffered faction-wide? Yeah, I guess we do. It is a landmark and it's too tempting not to get it, I mean. Alright, Hotek's Column. Well, I guess we're gonna start upgrading you then. I don't know what Silostra's gonna do. She might loop back around towards the Twisted Glade. In fact, there's a very decent likelihood that she will, but, well, we'll deal with it as it comes. Let's get the Iron Mining Pit, and we're not upgrading the Black Forests, or not repairing it, because we don't have the capability of doing so. Anyway, with that, we are out of time. Probably gonna have to move Admiral Yorn out, and I am going to call the episode here. Next time, we will proceed north with Celebron, probably do her quest to get the public order fix and the bonus slaves and money that it offers, and then move north to get all of those Witch Elves and Sisters of Slaughter, which we will hopefully increase in count as we go as well, and get her a proper bloody stack. We will also need to hopefully get some death hags, but they haven't been properly milled as yet, so we will perhaps wait on that. And maybe we should get them her an assassin, I don't know. She will act as an assassin herself, but on the other hand, they are Cainite assassins after all, so it doesn't feel right not to. And the Crows of Cain Harpy should probably join her army as well. But I'm getting ahead of myself. We're heading north to fight Chaos next episode. You guys let me know what you think about piecing out with the World Walkers temporarily while we attack these guys, or just maintaining the war with them. The thing is, we have a lot of extra wars going on now, so we'll need to deal with the Wood Elves and hopefully link up with the Cult of Pleasure before Malekith can go in and help with whatever the heck is all going on here. Anyway, more Malekith to come. Don't forget to leave a like and comment, especially to the threshold for continued faster uploads. All glory to the algorithm. And thanks for watching.